The heir of Ashborne, Lucas Ward, never expected life to surprise him. At 28, he was a regular guy from a small town, an auto mechanic who could fix any engine by ear, who smelled like motor oil more often than cologne, and who believed that simple didn't mean unhappy. His world was the garage, the hum of tools, the customers who trusted him, the midnight drives home in his old pickup truck. Routine, quiet, predictable. But everything changed on a rainy Thursday evening. Lucas parked beside his small apartment building, shaking off the miserable weather, when he noticed a sleek black sedan, too elegant for his neighborhood, too polished for coincidence. A man in a tailored coat stepped out, holding a leather folder as if it were made of glass. "Mr. Lucas Ward?" the man asked. "Yeah, that's me," Lucas answered cautiously. "My name is Thomas Hale. I represent the Ashborne estate. We need to talk." Lucas blinked. The Ashborne estate was one of those names people said with a hint of awe. A dynasty known for wealth, philanthropy, and a giant stone mansion rumored to be older than the country itself. But Thomas didn't pause. He opened the folder, laid out several documents, and said the words that would unravel Lucas's entire understanding of his life. "You are the sole heir to Charles Ashborne, and the legal successor to the Ashborne legacy." Lucas almost laughed, almost told him he had the wrong guy. But then Thomas showed him photos, birth records, letters from the late Charles Ashborne himself. Letters addressed to Lucas, but never delivered. His mother had run from the Ashborne world decades ago, wanting freedom, not obligations. And now all that she tried to escape had found him. A week later, Lucas stood at the gates of Ashborne Manor. The mansion looked like something from a high-budget movie. Towering stone walls, arched windows glowing with warm light, gardens stretching into the foggy distance. Lucas felt like he didn't belong anywhere near it. Inside, the entire estate staff lined up to greet him. An older man stepped forward, bowing politely. "Welcome home, sir. I'm Andrew Clark, your chief steward. Please, just call me Lucas," he muttered. "As you wish, sir," Andrew smiled kindly. "May I take your bags?" "Oh, no, I've got them." He didn't got them. The bags were too heavy, and his hands were shaking. But he wasn't ready to let anyone carry luggage for an auto mechanic from nowhere. But from that day on, the estate slowly became less intimidating. Andrew, with his fatherly warmth, helped Lucas understand the estate. And the staff didn't look at him like an imposter. They saw him as someone trying his best. Still, Lucas felt the weight of the title he never wanted, until she walked into his life. Her name was Emma Clark, Andrew's daughter, a brilliant young legal advisor, sent to help Lucas navigate the inheritance maze. She had warm hazel eyes, a steady voice, and a kindness he hadn't seen in a long time. She wasn't intimidated by the mansion, the wealth, the legacy, but somehow she understood how overwhelming it felt for him. "You don't have to pretend to be something you're not," she told him one evening as they reviewed paperwork. "Yeah? Tell that to the portrait gallery downstairs." He joked. "Trust me," she smiled, "your place there will feel right someday." Her presence made the mansion feel less like a museum and more like a home. But good things don't come without shadows. One afternoon, Emma stormed into Lucas's office with worry in her eyes. "Lucas, we have a problem." A distant relative, Gregory Ashborne, cold and ambitious, had reappeared, claiming he was the rightful heir. He challenged Lucas publicly, hiring lawyers, releasing statements, trying to turn public opinion. He mocked Lucas for being a grease-handed mechanic, unworthy of the Ashborne name. Lucas tried to stay strong, but the fear was real. What if the world agreed with Gregory? What if he really wasn't enough? Emma saw it. She sat beside him and said softly, "You think your mother ran from this place because she hated it. But she ran because she didn't trust the people in it. Charles Ashborne chose you for your heart, Lucas, not your title." Those words held him together. The legal battle escalated. Gregory was ruthless, bribing witnesses, manipulating records, twisting facts. But Emma found something he couldn't twist, an old letter sealed by Charles Ashborne himself. A letter naming Lucas the future heir. A letter full of love, regret, and hope. When Gregory heard about its discovery, he panicked. He tried to sabotage the archive, even attempted to steal documents. But when Lucas confronted him face to face, something unexpected happened. Gregory's mask cracked. "You think you deserve this," Gregory spat. "I don't know," Lucas replied honestly. "But I know I don't want to fight you. If you want the title, take it. I don't care about power. I care about the people who depend on this place." Gregory froze. Hearing those words, genuine, humble, broke through the bitterness he carried for years. He lowered his gaze. "He chose you," Gregory whispered, "and maybe he was right." He withdrew his claim the next morning. Peace returned to Ashborne. The people trusted Lucas. The estate blossomed again, and Emma, she became the brightest part of his new world. One evening, standing on the balcony overlooking the glowing town below, she told him, "Lucas, I'm pregnant." He didn't speak. He simply wrapped his arms around her as the stars lit up above them. For the first time since inheriting everything he never asked for, he felt only one thing: joy. Years later, Lucas Ward, no longer the mechanic who doubted himself, became known as the people's heir. He used his wealth to rebuild schools, create jobs, fix homes, support families. Ashbourne Manor became a place of warmth, generosity, and hope. And when their daughter was born, Lucas held her close and whispered, "I'll give you the kind of future I never dreamed possible." Not because he was an Ashbourne, but because he was Lucas, a man with a good heart, the greatest legacy of all.